Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine.
Hi everyone, this is Stevie here from High Fyler Asia. Thank you for joining us again this week at Facebook Live. Now today you see here my handsome brother here, and he's none other than Tony Yeoh. Now a lot of people have asked me like who designed this beautiful office, and this person is the person behind it, the man behind it, right? So Tony, you want to say hi to the audience a little?
Hi everyone. Tony here from MThree Group of Companies.
So MThree Group of Companies is the company that designed this rebranding exercise for the rebranding for my office. So we changed it from Brand Yourself to High Fyler Asia. And one more thing is, what we're going to show you later is a video that we take earlier on to show you around this office. Many people want to see my office, especially like during the MCO, a lot of people no chance to come and visit my office. So if you are interested and you want more people to have a chance to see High Fyler Asia office, please help me to like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people would know more about Tony Yeoh and MThree Group of Companies and the person behind this amazing office rebranding. Yeah, so I only have good remarks since the day I announced about this office. Okay, without much ado, let me show you the video that we recorded earlier on going through all the small little details of the office. Let's take a look. Hello. Hi everyone, this is Steve here from High Fyler Asia. Now guess where am I? Of course in my office, right? And who is this guy beside me, the Lang Chai here? The Lang Chai here is definitely Tony Yeoh, and he is the ID, the interior design behind this High Fyler Asia rebranded office. Now, Tony, can you share with us a little bit about your company, the MThree Groups, and also share with us how is it like to take up this role of rebranding High Fyler Asia office?
Right. So MThree Group of Company, what we do is interior design and also interior renovation. So basically we cover from retail, commercial and residential. So it's an honor for us to take up this High Fyler office project because it's so exciting, even though the project timeline is so short. But with this, we actually can show you what we can do.
Especially this project is a very tricky one. A lot of people know that we started out from brand yourself, and the brand yourself has a totally different branding, different office style. So Tony has a very, very big responsibility of doing the research to find out what is the right style for the High Fyler Asia. Now, this video itself, we are going to go through with you all the small little things got to do with how this office is being done. Okay, first of all, we thought this is definitely the background. All my guests, they have to stand here and take this picture one, and that's the backdrop. Okay, so whenever we post this on the picture, or people, anyone take this picture, right? They always say, "Wow, your office, a lot of marble, wow, must be very expensive." Can you share with us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, sure. High Fyler is luxurious. Like High Fyler is a very high-end brand, a very high-end name, right? So in order to bring up that name, so we need to use a lot of marble finish. We also emphasize on the gold linings, and also the lighting also play which is also very important. So like you see, if you've been through the previous office, the office now it looks actually much brighter, much bigger because of the lighting.
And also one more thing is here, I just want to make sure that I'm not rich, okay? This marble is not the real marble. Okay, so this is what we call
it laminate.
Laminate. Yeah. So it's like macam yes. So it look like marble but not marble. But in order to make sure that it looks like marble, I think I asked Tony before, the shape of all the marble, right, cannot be too similar.
Yep.
When you be too similar, it looks like it's a fake marble.
Correct.
So therefore, Tony team actually takes a lot of time to choose the marble, the shape, so that it looks like a real marble. I think that is very smart of him to do that. And as you can see, all the lighting, all the gold finishing is so High Fyler Asia style, and definitely I really love it. Let's just go into the furniture. The furniture, now you see, the choice of furniture that they choose for me is, I think this color is very nice because it's a very soft color, and somehow people feel like it's very home. I think a lot of my guests, right, their first impression on my office is say it looks like showroom. So I think that is a good compliment, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Right. And here, and we also have like the gold ornament and our carpet choices and things like that. I think this furniture is very, very easy to maintain. And you also created this side for me. Now this side, what you call me, you know, it's very funny because Tony told me this side is very important. This is a signing contract side. So that's why you prepare 2 chairs so that you sign contract so that more money will come in. And of course, we have our TV here. Earlier on, we have a TV that we hanging somewhere, and we decided maybe we could put our TV here because the room is not that big. I think when we do our presentations to a small group, we can use the TV, which is a better option in terms of the quality. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you to the back because the back itself is where Tony, okay, still retain the little bit of the brand yourself feel.
Correct.
Why? Because so that we have the before after, right? Come here. We maintain this. This is from the previous office, and here itself is where all my team do their work. We still maintain the wall of fame for our High Fyler awardees. And here itself,
I think we didn't touch much except for the flooring.
Flooring, correct.
Right, because the flooring, right, earlier on is actually just
Cement flooring.
cement flooring.
Yeah, it's bare finish.
Yeah, bare finish. So when we do this finishing, we somehow feel that easier to maintain. At the same time, it gives a more prestige.
Correct.
Feel. I think we also do something regarding this part, right? Because this part itself, we have like this. This is actually we do a poster for women conference. Now, if we do not do any publicity on any campaign that we're doing, it's actually a
Whiteboard.
that we can actually do our KPI. When we have meetings, we talk about it. So here itself is where we do our, the day-to-day offices. We will have it here, while outside is the meeting place. Somehow, when we compartmentalize the whole place, it actually look much bigger.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Because this place is about 1,003, but earlier on, when we have open space, it doesn't look like 1,003.
Correct.
But now it really looks like 1,003.
You know why?
Why?
Because previously the environment is very dark. That's why we use a lot of white and also some gold lining to represent High Flyer. So that one will bring up the whole office.
Lighting play a very big role.
Correct.
Okay, let's go to the last part of it. Yeah. Here, of course, we have our, like so-called feng shui, but it's just like I really love the water sound. It kind of has this calming effect, right? And I told, Tony built up this for me, and I feel like I love it so much because like it has the collections of all the gold ornaments. Now here, all these gold ornaments, it has a lot of meanings. You know why? Because nowadays, right, when I do my event, right, I don't have to spend so much money hiring event organizer to dress up for me. These things that I use here, I can reuse it in my event. So this is what we call kill many birds with one stone. Yeah, and we still maintain this part, which is the my certificate and the awards and the trophy that I have. And this area is where it's kind of like open area. But if let's say we do have like events going on, we can actually set up a side table here, and also we can put the food and the beverages here. So somehow it kind of like that space of one big open space, it becomes like many small places. So the impression that you give is kind of like this big.
Correct.
Right. So Tony is the best person in this if you want to do a little bit of rebranding in your office unit. And you specialize in office retails, office space, right?
Office space.
Because particularly office space. I asked him why. Because he said office space every now and then need to change. Residential, you change many years only change one time. So better go into that niche. Correct.
Correct.
Okay,
right.
thank you, Tony, for accepting this job. And we will see you very soon later, right?
Yep.
For our Facebook Live.
Yes.
I will see you soon.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye.
Wow, there you go. Do you enjoy the video just now? I think, Tony, you have done such an amazing job. I get compliment after compliment. Either they say my office look like showroom, or they say like look like spa because of the lighting. When we change the lighting, it really feels like one. And I really love it because how important it is when most people that have came to your office before and they have the brand yourself branding. And it's so important that you understand like we are moving into High Flyer Asia, what is necessary. And I think you've done such an amazing job that I never even curious anything about you. And I really love the whole finishing. In fact, for me, I don't like to ask so much. I don't like to interfere so much. I leave it in your safe hand and your professional hand to do this. So during this period of time when you take up this project, what was your feeling? Will you feel stressed?
Not much of stress, you see. When you give me a full authority to design the whole office, I think you're the best client ever.
So don't interfere, because the moment you interfere, somehow, somewhere is where the designer, the creativity is being affected.
Yes.
But definitely we will talk about it. We did talk about it, like generally, what space we need, what is the look and feel.
Correct.
I think those things, after that we have discussed, we have to give the designer the benefit of the doubt to do their best and to present the thing. So in fact, we did this during last year and
Last year
and all of my team came back to a beautiful, gorgeous office, and we really feel so blessed. Even Dr. Minero say such an amazing job, because the how to say, like the surprise element is there, because they totally can get rid of the previous brand yourself office, and it is a new fresh breath of air. Those pictures that I post on the Facebook, a lot of them say, I want to visit your office. I think that is already a success to begin with, okay?
I mean, you want to tell them how long we did in the office?
Yeah, and it was like such a short period of time.
It's
How
2
long
weeks.
was it?
It's only
2 weeks. We spent about 2 weeks only to do that. And how often you have an idea to tell you that you can do it in 2 weeks? Okay, this person is the one that goes to, okay? So you want a great job in doing up your office, Tony Yeoh is the person to go. MThree Group of Companies is the one that goes. So today we will be discussing a lot more got to do with how personal branding has helped you in your industry. But before that, let us acknowledge a little bit on those people that is in this room. Now we have Minkit. Minkit, thanks for joining me on the weekly basis. We have Yeoh Chiket, that must be your brother because the name is the same. Hi Yvonne. Hi Kenny. Hi Wicket, Jeff. And Waying and Darren, okay, and hi Jackie, hi everyone out there, and those people who share. So if you're in the house, please help me to like, comment, and share so that more people can see this masterpiece, right? And help me to promote a little bit about High Fyler Asia, help Tony to promote about his MThree Group of Companies, right? And we have Waying to say there's a good design, Yvonne, good design, and some of you have already came to my office and you know that it's a beautiful office. Every day I look forward to come to the office. I feel like I'm so motivated to do that is because you have a nice office to come into, and the sense of pride is very, very strong. Yeah. And of course we have Hansing and Penny and Raymond Lim. Hi. So if you're in the house, please help me to like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people will benefit from this episode. Especially we're talking about my office, which is done by Tony Yeoh from MThree Group of Companies. Now, let us go into our live session, right?
Yeah, let's
all my guests, I always ask the same question to begin is, do you remember when we first met?
I think we met sometime early last year, right? I went to a preview.
Early last year.
Yeah, and then I remember I straight away signed up on that day itself.
Right. Why?
Remember I told you that I went to a lot of preview before I came to yours.
Right.
Yeah, then finally I choose you.
Because generally there are a lot of people sharing preview, right? And you just go to many of them during that one whole week.
Yep.
And you told me that you sign up mine. Why? Maybe you want to tell.
Yeah, I signed up yours because I went to a lot of preview. Like they don't offer things. They always offer the same thing, but you offer something different, which is branding, which I don't have.
Personal branding, correct, right? Especially personal branding. And we talk about networking, right?
Yep.
So
building relationships.
Correct. Which this topic, I can safely say that I don't think anybody in the market actually touched on that, because this is very life experience kind of thing.
It's kind of niche.
Very niche. Yep. But I love to touch on this topic is because we always think about business skills and people skills, right? Now, I'm very blessed because I learned all this from Dr. Minnie Liu. What I do is just to share what I learned from Dr. Minnie Liu to as many people as possible. Yep. You know, like talk about like people skills and talk about the like 走人道理, right? If nobody share, you will never learn that.
Exactly.
And when you make mistake, you also don't realize it. Correct.
In fact, there are so many masterclasses outside. You don't know which one is actually good. Right?
I feel like all masterclass is good. It's a matter of what do you want to learn, because they are there for a reason. So I think it's up to you to decide at that point of time what kind of knowledge you feel that is important to acquire. Because in our journey of success, we always like to acquire different kind of knowledge so that we get better and better. Yep. So I guess it's always like the time is right, the destiny is right, the fate is right. That's why we are decided to be doing this together.
Yeah.
And that is from the workshop, and then eventually we start doing other things together.
Correct.
You also take part in helping me because you also, beside doing the interior design company, you also run an event company.
Yes.
And my super networking conference, which I held end last year in Pavilion Hotel, is actually done by you.
Mm.
And you've done a great, amazing job.
Thank you.
It's everyone say that it's so beautifully done and so beautifully executed. So I think that part itself has proven you that someone are able to run two companies well, that you don't need to be just have one. Correct or not? I
Yep.
think you are the person who can live up to that branding about you can do things well as long as you want to do it. Correct. So that's how we met. In fact, it's during my preview, my workshop, is I met a lot of people under my care, even all my mentees and my friends, and some of them turned out to be my good friends now. And I count my blessing to that, because if not for that, I would not have met you. So sometimes it doesn't matter how we meet. Most important thing is how we develop this friendship, so that we move on to the next level, isn't it?
Yes.
Correct enough? So, got regret? Not?
Of course.
Of course, you cannot say that in my life, right? Okay, now, since you cover about learning about personal branding, now, do you think that personal branding is important? Then how do you apply that in your business?
Branding definitely very important, because I think branding is a way to tell people that you can do this and that. You know, you're capable, you're good. Right? Imagine that you don't have a brand, right, and you're good, but nobody knows. Right? See, that's a problem.
So it's just making sure that a lot of people always have the wrong perception about personal branding. They always think that personal branding is to show off.
Yeah.
But I feel it is never about to show off. It's about sharing what you are good at to more people.
Right.
Correct, huh? Because I think we are not lying to others. We are not purposely saying things that is not true. What we do is just to acknowledge that we are good in one area. More people know, so that more people can benefit from our support.
Yeah, but not only that, because branding also expand your circle of clients, your circle of friends,
Correct,
right, that help you along the way.
Isn't it?
Mm.
Because we say bird of the same feather flock together.
Yes.
How we brand ourselves determine what kind of quality of network comes to our environment.
Correct.
This one, I've been saying this for the past 8 years, again and again and again. If you want to change your environment, you have to change the way you brand yourself. Because if you don't change, nothing will change, right? So I think that is very important. Now, when you decide on this journey, you're already running your company for about 10 years.
Yep.
How is your staff or your wife or your surrounding accepting this part of you going into this personal branding journey?
Well, me myself, I love working. See, working man is a happy man. So personal branding, in fact, help us to grow much bigger over time, and we also got a lot of inquiries after that.
I think another thing is you as the leader of the company, as like you are doing your part in moving yourself up. I think the people that follow you, they will feel that you are doing your part, and you don't just because of money just stagnant there. So you're moving, you're experiencing different things, like you're doing this Facebook Live, you're doing all that. So there's so much things to experience, and they feel that you are doing your part in pumping up the company to the next level. I think there's so much more than the monetary benefit out of it. You know, that emotional benefit, the so-called perception benefit.
Yes.
All these things are quite important, but just that generally people always measure whenever they do things into monetary. But sometimes monetary may not be the primary one. it may come under the secondary after you fulfill the primary
Correct.
objective, isn't it?
Correct.
Correct. So I mean, of course, I feel that Tony is doing a great job. I mean, before when he came to me for the first time, frankly speaking, he nobody really know him, who is he. So now that he is like getting all this exposure coming in, he always like to ask me this question. It's like, wow, so many people adding me on Facebook, so many people talk to me, so many people on the day. How? I think that is so fun, right?
Yes, it's
Correct or
fun.
not?
It's
Like,
a whole new experience.
whole new experience, right? So I feel like it's this kind of experience that make us richer in terms of our life, correct? Right? And okay, good. So while you have all these people suddenly come to you, right? How do you feel? Is like, how do you feel like in terms of judgmental remarks that maybe apply on you or other people in the social media or even in the real world? What do you think about certain judgmental remark that we see on the daily basis? Because you see, earlier on you say, like, when you palm up your personal branding or you being seen means that you also will have a lot of people start noticing you. And you can't stop it, but you will have a certain degree of judgmental remarks. So here itself, what is your opinion?
Well, this judgmental thing is a very tricky question.
Yeah.
Because judgmental people will describe as a negative word,
Judgment,
right? Judgment.
Yeah.
But it's not right or wrong. No? It's a matter of perspective.
Correct. Judgment is not a negative word. It's just that we have a tendency to put a negative connotation into the word judgment.
Correct.
Judgment is just like feedback. Correct, right?
Correct. So we cannot really control what people want to say about us, but I think it's not appropriate to judge someone without a proper reason.
Correct.
Right?
Like we always say that we don't know the other person. How can we judge or say something about that person? So we need to understand the person fully before we say something.
Correct.
But somehow, somewhere, because of social media or because the trending about how things works, we have a tendency to just say or remark based on just what we see from the surface. And that part itself is what is, I feel, is damaging the whole kindness in the society, right? And I feel that this part of it, though that we may have our own fair share of judgment, but we no need to freely say it out. Correct? We can keep it in our heart and maybe find more data or proof to show whether we are right or wrong. But if we so freely just share it out, then maybe we are not doing our part to fact finding first. Correct. What do you think?
Yeah. But in fact, I think we should have acknowledged them for the effort. Right?
Correct.
Then we give a constructive feedback.
Correct. Because it's very important here is like this. It's like a lot of times when someone is sharing something, right? I find that it's so funny that people start giving their opinion.
Yeah.
I think number one is I don't think the other person is asking for opinion. Number two is, could we acknowledge the effort first before we do the opinion? So we kind of like don't jump the step first, you know? Just like you have your daughter, right? And your daughter come up, hey, daddy, come, this is my drawing. Then you start to say, oh, this drawing got problem. How will your daughter feel, right?
Right.
So acknowledge first before sharing anything. I think that one is, I feel like what we need to do.
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes when you tell people, the one that telling, you don't feel it.
Right.
The one that receiving it.
See lah, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
The eye look out, don't look in, right? So when you share, when you give that to other people, it's fine. You don't really feel it. But when other people do it on you, wow, you feel it, like you got feel it. So what we always do is like, don't do to others what you don't want people to do on you. And I always say this, karma is a bitch. All right? So whatever goes around comes around.
Yep.
Be nice, be kind, don't be so judgmental. We also have Datin. Datin is in the house. Hi, Datin.
Hi,
How do we do?
Datin.
Yeah, you're amazing because every of my life, you are there to support. I I count my blessing to have you as my business partner, as my mentor, because you're always there for me, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Brian, thank you for joining us. Brian, you're also another friend of mine that is always there, to support High Fyler Asia and me. Evelyn from Singapore, hi. And we have Vincent, hi Vincent. Casey. Now, Casey have questions, which we will be answering the question in a while. So, Casey, you have a question, I will be answering that. But if you have any questions to ask Tony, please feel free to type it into the comment part, so that we will ask Tony in a short while after we have asked the few questions that we have prepared for him. Now, if you are in the house, if you like it, this Facebook Live, and so far you like how Tony have designed the whole rebranding office for High Fyler Asia, and you like the content of this Facebook Live, we should touch on personal branding. So please help me to like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people will benefit from it. Now, because currently High Fyler Asia is trending because we are promoting the Women for Women conference.
Right.
I want to ask you one question, which is quite appropriate while we are executing that project, is what do you think about women positioning in the society?
Well, definitely we need more women voices in the society, right? So as a man myself, I think that we are not enough women in the top environment, and I feel guilty about it. So we shouldn't underestimate women's capability in handling key roles in the society. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel it is like that because sometimes, like you mentioned a very good point in the top environment. But I think the solution is we go down to the B40, the B40 environment. Now, if that B40 environment, the woman empowerment, the woman voice are not being appropriately handled, so no woman will be able to come up into the mid M40 and also the top 20, right?
Correct.
So here itself, let us solve the problem from the root, which is the B40 needed to be support on the woman empowerment.
Yeah, their voices need to be heard.
Correct, especially when we say about woman empowerment, woman things like that. Let us do our part to be letting all these voices to be heard. That's the reason why High Fyler Asia choose to partner with Nothing We Do from a cut above to launch the Women for Women conference. Simple reason is because we want more women to empower other women. So when a woman in the society, the voices is not being heard.
Yep.
So two women need to gather together so that a team of it will be a good unity of power so that they can do more things. Because at the end of the day, all we need more pillar of strength. We need more wisdom. We need more love, support, and all this. I feel that this project of the Women Conference can fulfill that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So just now earlier on, you did share about women empowerment. Now, what is your how do you define what is women empowerment to you?
Woman empowerment to me is women should have a key role in a society, right? And because nowadays we have a lot of working women.
Right.
And we are starting to pursue higher education, to create opportunity to work, right? And we have a lot of women entrepreneurs nowadays, like our friend, we have Penny, we have Lina, we have Yvonne, and Datin Winnie. I think Winnie is a role model for all the women out there, even for men. Right.
So I think what you're trying to say is like giving hope and faith.
Yep.
Right? Because if as long as that positions a woman have done it before, which means any other woman has a chance to do it, right?
Correct.
So that's why we are all there to celebrate the first woman pilot, the first woman astronaut, the first woman what. So I feel like as long as any woman has been through and done it before, it means there is a faith and hope that all the women out there has a chance to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's the faith and the hope that keep the the whole motivation going, the whole dream going, and the whole going to the next level of your life able to be crafted because you have faith that it's possible. And look at Datin Minilu, a very good example of women empowerment, right? To be the #1 hair entrepreneur in Malaysia for the past 40 years, she able to handle her role so well, especially as a mother, as a boss, as a mentor, as a daughter, as a, there's so many roles she's handled, and she handled every single role so well.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
So I think for here itself, for us guys, I think we also need to handle our role well. When we are at home, I think we need to handle our dad or our son or father role well, because sometimes like we are a man a little bit ego, right? Like example is like we don't touch housework, things. I think those are the gone days of old school of how men thinks already, right? Yeah. Nowadays we got this kind of thing, right? Nowadays it's all about sharing responsibility, right? What you can get, what a man can get, what a woman can get also. Correct. There is fairness in the society, and I think that we have to do our part to make sure the whole fairness of men and women in the society need to be met. But of course, it's a long journey. But at least we do our part, right? Correct. We don't need to change the world, but we do our part to change our environment. I think that's a little thing that we can do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like earlier on, we mentioned that these MThree Group of Companies, you are doing ID, interior design, especially for corporate, for business office. You also do event management. I think I asked you this question before. How do you handle like two companies where it's totally, could I say that whether it's not so related, maybe a little bit overlap, but it has to use quite a different resources, right? Yes. In terms of the manpower. Correct. How do you do that?
In fact, a lot of people ask me this question so many times, and my answer is the same. You see, interior design and event management is just a tool for entrepreneur to work on. So what most important is how I groom myself to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So if I can become a successful entrepreneur, every product that I sell also can become successful, isn't it?
Wow, I think that's very, very nice way of looking at things, because the whole idea is to know that you are a business creation, correct? Which means ID, you also need a good businessman to manage it. Yep. Event management, you also need a good businessman to manage it. So if you are a good businessman, by right, you would able to handle any kind of businesses that put in front of you if you want to. Correct. So you take up the challenge of pushing yourself to see your capability in handling this. Because most people will say that you are diversified too much, correct? But I choose back to differ. As long as you diversify, you still can pull it through. What's wrong with diversify, isn't it? Yeah. Correct? Yeah. Some people focus also cannot make it. Correct. So
but people that know me, they know that I can do many stuff. We not only do ID and event management, we also do video production, photography, we're even selling things online, many things.
As long as you are doing well and you are producing a result, no one are able to judge or care how you do it.
Yeah.
Right? So most important thing that you are still presenting a good work out. Correct. So I'm a witness of his capability, because I always say this. Normally I like to be a trendsetter and try out new things. I always say, Tony, can we do this? He always say, yes. But can do or not, that is another thing.
No problem.
So, no problem. So he say yes first, and then he go and find out the solution and discuss with me. Because I always tell him like, take me as a guinea pig, right? Let us try new things. Let us try things so that we can package it into one of the products that you share. I think that part itself is quite a good, relationship of us to be a trendsetter in this environment. Yeah, and also I'm very blessed that you supported us in our hybrid launch for our Women for Women conference. I have to say that it was a great success, because almost everyone that we met have sing us praises and acknowledged about this effort, and they say that it's really very different from the usual way of press conference. And I want to thank you.
I'd like to thank you. I mean, with this women conference, is also show people that how virtual event actually look like.
Right.
You know, after the event, a lot of clients came to me say, "Hey, I want to do a virtual event."
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So it's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation.
But most important thing is, the best thing is we're willing to have the courage to try out new things.
Correct.
Right? Because I feel that trying out new things, being a trendsetter, is the sustainability of a business. Because if we scared and don't dare to try out new things, that is where we become complacent, and sometimes we cannot move on so fast as it is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you remember that you early on you said that you come here and you learn about relationship building.
Yep.
Right? Isn't that more important now?
Of course.
After coming to my class, right? Okay. So now, because of the new norm, especially because of the MCO, MCMO, now events, big events, even though now they allow big events, but I'm quite sure a lot of people still fear of going out.
Yeah.
Simple reason there is still no cure for that. What do you think about relationship building? Now, what do you think will be a change in that?
Well, definitely there are a lot of changes, right? So because of this MCO or even this crisis, a lot of people stay at home. They don't dare to go out. Right?
Okay.
So they're all depending on going online. So the way we go for networking is not the same anymore, right? So people are leveraging on online. So people like us, where to connect. So you have to leverage people like you to connect with people.
So everyone comes to me, right? Now, I feel like it's also it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, like here itself, Tati Lu or me or even High Fyler Asia, we do our best, right? So we prepare. We prepare all our students, our mentees, well first before we put them outside. Because sometimes, like Datin always share this. Now, if she can introduce her friend to me, whether her friend like me or not, is another thing. Here itself is the same thing. I can introduce friends to you, but whether my friend like you or not is another thing.
Yeah.
So behind that, I need to prepare a lot in terms of what is the right way of relationship building, when you talk to who, what you need to prepare. I think those things are quite priceless, especially what you learn in High Fyler Asia, because those things is what people don't really share in outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because those things are, I think, is highly important, and I don't think you have anywhere to share it, to learn it.
Right.
Here itself is because like Datin Miru and me, we love to share all this knowledge to as many people as well. We love to bring people out. We love to share all the behind the scene, what is the right things to do in terms of relationship building, what should you do, what should you do, all these things. I feel those part itself is more valuable than you see a lot of courses out there you can learn from different people.
Correct.
But these kind of thing, number one, you can say you don't really learn it a lot from other people. You cannot really learn from other people. Number two is when you have a chance to learn, better learn it. Because these are what you call the life skill. The earlier you learn, the less mistake you have when you are building relationship, right?
It's not something like you can learn online.
Correct, cannot, very hard. And it's case-to-case basis.
It's a case-to-case
And
basis.
the human has all different form.
Yeah,
different,
even though you manage to learn through online, you cannot apply to the real world.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Why? Because the applications is very tricky, because the person that we see is different bio at all time.
Yeah.
How can be one solution for all, right? So it's very, very tricky, especially you're talking about human, because just now we had a dinner and we have a very deep talk about humanity, about perspective.
Yep.
And I really love that, because I feel like human is so complicated and yet it's so fascinating. Most important thing that we need to understand about how human work, how we work, then we will flow with life instead of going against life. Yeah. We also have Yeoh, this was your brother, Yeoh. He said
You
hi.
met him, right?
Yes, Esther from Singapore, thank you for always supporting us. Carol, Brother Lai, thank you for joining. Brother Lai is another good brother of mine, which always never fail to support me where you can. Okay, so if you're in the house, please like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people can see this live. And of course, when they replay back, they can actually see the behind the scene of my office if you haven't had a chance to come and visit me, so you can see how the small little details that Tony has applied into the whole design of the office. Yeah. Okay. We have a question in the house from Casey. Casey like to ask you is, how does Tony you allocate and manage your time between this company?
Right.
I think it's a valid question.
It's a valid question. See, nowadays, a lot of businessmen outside, right? They are more than one business.
Right.
But the most important thing is the time management, definitely, right? And also, if you're a lot of company, you need people to run, right? So you need a good team. And I'm fortunate because my brother's also running for me.
Two brothers.
Yeah, my two brothers is running for me. Yeah.
So I think here is leveraging will be a key word here.
Leveraging.
Correct. So leveraging on time, leveraging on people, leveraging on resources.
Correct.
So there are a lot of things we must learn how to leverage. If not, then we have to do everything on our own.
Yes, exactly.
Correct. So like here itself, like even me itself, I also apply that. It's like I learn how to empower my people and let them have to do the project on their own while I oversee the whole thing. I feel that as long as you understand that, then you know the power of leveraging very well. Correct? And we have Datin Kwan is also in the house. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So now, I hope that answers your questions. Now, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me over the comment box. And remember to like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people will benefit from seeing this behind the scene, especially seeing the video of my office, and which is designed by Tony Yeoh from MThree Group of Companies. Now, we always talk about being kind. Let's say about being kind, okay? I tell you a very interesting story because a few weeks ago I have an incident. Okay, this incident goes like that. Because one of I wouldn't so call a friend, one of the associates, okay, who presented her project to me or helping me. So I say, okay, that's great, please send me your invoice and please send me your quotation and things like that. And then the MCO happened. Yeah. After that, a lot of things changes, right? So then I decided not to go go with that project. So when this associate asked me, I say, I say, I'm so sorry because of the MCO, a lot of things changes. We cannot proceed on with that. And this associate gets so angry. And you know what this associate say? This associate say, you're always preaching kindness. You are not kind yourself. Then I feel like I'm so stressed because does kindness means that I have to acknowledge and support everyone that comes into my environment? What is your thought about this?
I think this one is actually back to our second question on the judgmental, right? People tend to say things
from their perspective,
right? And we cannot do anything about it, right? So I think we should able to accept criticism, right? And yeah,
I think it's like it's okay to receive a no. A no doesn't mean that I don't like you. A no doesn't mean that you're not good.
Yeah.
A no maybe is the time is not right. So let us don't kind of put too much of too much of meaning into that no. Because sometimes I think we think too much, right?
I think we think too much.
Isn't it? Yes. So right, just because a no means that, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong Is that because you no lah?
Yeah.
Sometimes the timing not right lah. Sometimes it's the person probably don't need it.
Mm.
So don't take it personally, I think. Because the moment you take it personally, you almost burn a lot of bridges to those that don't go along your line or your way.
Yep.
Then how? Just because someone don't go along your way, then you burn the bridges. Then you then you very soon you'll find out that you don't have any more friends already. Someone, I feel like this is quite important for us to know, right?
Yes, it is.
Frankly speaking, I think it's fine that we don't have to burn bridges just because someone is not aligned with us in terms of our rules and regulation or our own perspective. I don't know why sometimes like even Datin and me, we were talking about this. Like sometimes like friend A doesn't like friend B. The friend A and friend B need us to make a decision who we support. But hello, is both your issue. You don't need us, right? But they like to do this kind of hey, come leh, you support him or support me leh, that kind of thing. I think all these are very, very I don't use the word childish, but I use the word not nice, because you are not practicing about kindness. You are even imposing about people need to be side.
Yeah.
People need to do this. People need to choose that. People need to select that. Correct. Sometimes over the weekend, that I went back to Malacca. I was like talking to my uncle, and my uncle said, rich people, especially the tycoon, they are not happy one. I said, how you know they are not happy? So I think in our life, it's our job to make sure that we achieve as many things as possible, but with a balance of life and happy.
Yeah.
What makes us think that we need to sacrifice one thing for others? Especially now you have a young family, and people say, "Oh, yeah, you spend too much of time in work, therefore you are not spending time with your family." What makes the other person who say this word to you that you are not happy in both sides? What makes the other person tell you that how much is the actual time that is needed to spend? It's never enough, no?
It's never enough.
But most important is quality is not the quantity.
Yep.
Don't you think so?
Yep.
Right? So here itself, I always like to get people around me to understand that certain things no need to make choices. We can have a lot of things that we want very well. All right. And we can have happiness, we can have good business, we can have good staff, we have a good family, can have good of everything. Even good spiritual, if we want to. It's all about balancing about our life and understanding that is abundance out there. It's never scarcity.
Yep.
Everything is all there for us to achieve, but we need to we have an abundance mindset first. And of course, possibility mindset, right? So here, the last question I ask you is, we need more kindness in the society. What do you think?
I think we definitely need more kindness.
Kindness.
Right?
In what way? What do you think?
Okay, let's put a sample. When someone is trouble in life, right? A simple kind word is enough to pump back the person up, isn't it?
Someone in trouble in life.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Mm.
So the whole thing is like, if you meet somebody that is having some issue in life, you probably want to give a little bit kind word, because that works very well, right? I agree with that, because you know why? Sometimes a lot of people who go through obstacle in life, the first thing that come out from people's mouth is, I told you so.
Yeah.
Agree?
Agree.
Second is, Ayo, why you do this bad decision in life? Now, almost when you go into the bad obstacle, or you're going through obstacle or bad things in life, your surrounding most of it were predicted that you will face this one. I think this is so unkind in many words, right?
Kindness is supposed to bring people together.
Right. And I think these people that are going through obstacle needed more positivity, rather than you telling them that they are making the wrong choice of life. Like, who don't know, right? Correct.
Correct.
So I feel that it's very important to be expressing positivity.
Yep.
Right? They need that.
They need that.
Right. So we give our fair share of our support by acknowledging and see how we can help them.
Yep.
I think that is more value added to that person.
I think gratitude is also important.
Gratitude, yeah, very gratitude. Gratitude is always the key, the foundations of High Flyer Asia and how, as Steve, we want, why do you say, out of curiosity, why do you think, why you bring up the word gratitude?
When you're in trouble, when you need help, will come to you. You're basically back to life now, right? So I think it's simple way to do that. You need to thanks, right? You thank people that help you. Right?
So it's very important to acknowledge if someone help you in life, please acknowledge them by being gratitude.
Yeah.
But I like to say this, that humans have short-term memory. They always remember who opened their last door, but they always forgot who opened their first door. So never ever forget whoever that helped you, no matter how long the duration is. The people that help you in your early days of life, those are the most important people that you need to count your gratitude on. And on this part, I like to touch on one more thing is, never because of one mistake, you override all the good things that this person have done it for you. Because I feel so sad that you burn the bridge just because of one current mistake that is being done. We are all work in progress. We are all learning to be a better person on the daily basis. We make mistake on the daily basis and we acknowledge it. We are not perfect.
Yeah.
So in any ways that if we make the mistakes, all we ask that is to see, beside making mistakes, we also make a lot of good things. Please judge us based on the holistic approach rather than just that one mistake. I feel that this one will make us more humane.
Yeah, I mean, there's a saying, you do 100 good things, because of one mistake, you forget all the 100.
Right. So we shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
Right. I think I like to touch on kindness, because kindness, even though is a simple word, but it has so much in depth in the society from different perspectives.
Yeah.
And I like to touch this is because to any of my guests, when I touch this, we always go into one perspective that is stronger to you and more trending to you than to me. So when we discuss about that topic, I also learn myself to be a better person. Okay, so fast, when earlier on Tony was here, earlier, he came early to do the recording, and he said he's so excited about this Facebook Live. I told him that in no time, in a glimpse of eye, it will be over already. And finally it's over, because it's only like 3 more minutes when we're over, right? So do you feel still excited? Or
Still
you want to have one more, you just wish they have 1 more hour so they can talk more, right?
It's kind of special, because normally we help our clients to go live.
Right.
And today I got my own screen time.
How does it feel like? Actually nothing, right?
It's nothing.
So you get addicted already, so you want to do a lot more. Just now, very funny, because we have another of our friend, Hansing, is here, and she say, very funnily, in High Flyer Asia, a lot of people come here to give their first time to us. First time on doing Facebook Live, first time doing radio, first time on this, first time on that, first time on that. I think that is quite nice perspective to see that, because
At least you experience something new in life.
Right. I am very proud to say that High Flyer Asia show you a lot of first thing in life, and I think that is so beautiful in many ways. Other than that, this is Tony Yeoh, MThree Group of Companies. Now, if you need any help in terms of ID, especially in terms of corporate companies or corporate office, please find Tony and MThree Group of Companies. I think we have his call to action. You can follow him. It will be typed in the comment form. On another note is, if you want someone to handle your events, now you also handle for that. For VV Yusof.
Yeah, recently we did
Right,
recording
I think-
for Garmin.
Garmin also, like VV Yusof have chosen you to be the partner. I think that you must be very good in many ways because they are very mindful about their professionalism and also their choice of events, right? Okay, so one last question. Okay, last question, the brother line. Okay, in your journey so far, apart from having kindness in society and that, what other core values do you think will help to improve one entrepreneurship? Okay, this is the last question. So you say one, I say one, then we wrap it up. What is it? You go first. What is the, okay, in your journey so far, apart from having kindness in society on others, what other core values do you think will help to improve one entrepreneurship? Yeah.
Right. I would think in a journey of entrepreneurship, it's never a lone thing, right? It's not a lonely thing. We should have help each another, right?
Teamwork.
Especially teamwork and collaboration. Yep. So even you see during the MCO, there's so many collaboration going on, right?
Community, right?
Yeah.
As long as we have a community, I think we are on the right track. Correct. So learn how to build your own community, right? So to me, it's very simple. The one thing that I always want to say to myself and also other entrepreneurs is finish what you start. Correct? Because
that's the right word.
A lot of people, they know how to start, but they cannot finish. So what we do is finish what we start. Therefore, we will complete every single thing that we wanted to do. So with that itself, this is the end of today's Facebook Live. And I hope to see all of you in my next week. Next week, we have an amazing woman entrepreneur. Her name is Kelly Chang. She is the founder of Tailored Florist. Now, if you see some of the delivery of floral is by word tailored. Now, this Kelly Chang, this lady behind it, Kelly Chang, is the woman behind this brand called Tailored Florist. Okay, so next week will be a special one because she will also be sharing on how to make your own bouquet of flowers. It will be quite different in many ways, and I hope that I'm quite excited with that, and I hope that you will enjoy the next week's session. It's like how you enjoy this week's session. Thank you, Tony, for joining me. And other than that, stay strong, stay healthy, and bye-bye.
Good night.
Uh-huh.